I'll try to be honest here, man. We're fucked. Solopreneurs get fucked in the game pretty quickly. Get distracted for 1 week and someone will jump into your niche and steal all of your fucking audience. It's like being a cuckold, seeing someone pounding your wife, but not getting horny. That's so fucked up. And here's the way I think we can bring back focus in 2025. But who am I first of all? Actually nothing special, but I 4x'd my productivity from November 2023 to now. I'm making these videos for more than a year. You don't see it by subs count, but believe me bro, Asian with horrible accent is doing these videos for more than a year and I'm constantly learning new stuff about productivity. I'm still getting fucked. Let me tell you one story about it after I open a fucking window. I was in uni. That was a Kyrgyz class. I'm living in Kyrgyzstan, so we have Kyrgyz language as a mandatory class. And our task was retell a text by our own words. It was a long ass text, you know. The situation was bad for me. I haven't got no grades in 2 months. It's the end of semester soon. I have to memorize it. I have to retell it. Simultaneously, I was reading a book. It was a biography of Steve Jobs. I should be productive. I should be higher than that. Fuck uni. I'll do my own thing. I was messaging that one girl that you know about. I was listening to music at the same fucking time. And I was asking some shit from my classmate behind. How much is that? I was doing 5 things at the same time. At the same fucking time. Ain't no fucking way. In multiverse, I'm gonna remember something. I'm gonna get something done. That's how fucked up my focus became. From September 2024, when I got so much stuff done, I've learned one thing. We have to get a bigger picture. It's not just one time. It's not just one class. It's not that you failed one subject. Stack those things. 6 more months, you're gonna fail in your business. You're gonna switch business model. You're gonna fail that one. You will get desperate, so you work 9 to 5. You weren't focused enough on your work, so you get distracted by an average girl. Now you start dating. Some years pass by. You're marrying her because you haven't had enough commitment to go for sexier, for a higher tier girl. You didn't read books because you wanted to watch Squid Game 2. At the same time, you wanted to watch some podcast. It's brand new from your lovely YouTuber. You know, Hamza posted on 3 channels. And it's good having those thoughts. You think of doing something good, but you're not doing anything in the end. And that's how fucked up we'll become if you don't focus. Another story. I got distracted while writing that script. I got back to the flow state really quickly. How often do we do that comeback? How often do we miss our working task by getting distracted? Countless times. So let's look at long-term and short-term focus. Just fix those. And wait for 6 months. It will work for you as a magic pill, man. If you're wondering, well, I'm always looking at this corner because I've got my notes here. So imagine you're hiking. You want to summit some peak. Let's imagine that it's Uchitel Peak in Alarcha, 4,500 meters. I've been there 4 days ago. You were so focused. You were just looking down the trail on your steps, one step by the other, and you're super committed. You're like an unstoppable machine. But what's interesting, you missed the peak. You missed the summit, okay? There was a road fork to summit your peak and some other mountain that is not related to that shit. So you missed it and you never got to your destination. That's weak long-term focus. And another situation. So you see the peak, you were caught up by it. It was so beautiful. You actually downloaded the trail. You were absolutely ready for that one. But it was so stunning that you had to take some pictures. And you know, it's kind of hot in here. Let's drink some water. By the way, I've got some snacks here. So little lunch won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? And 30 minutes passed by, 1 hour passed by. Every 30 minutes, you were stopping to get more pictures or to get more water in. Because you just didn't find your pace, your tempo. So you just missed the timing. You didn't get to your peak. That was a weak short-term focus. Okay, we have to find our bottleneck. What's actually keeping you from getting your goal? Long-term or short-term focus? What's more important now? Ask yourself this question. Do you still follow the same goal that you've set up 6 months ago? Did you keep your promise yesterday? Did you do what you said you're gonna do yesterday? First question is about long-term. Did you miss those goals? Did you miss the goals you've set in 2024? If yes, something is not going well with your long-term focus. You didn't keep the promise yesterday. If you missed that working block and you haven't done the editing, something's going on with short-term focus. And it's not just about that one thing. If you've been consistently missing daily commitments, then it's about short-term. If you're always going by the end of the year and you haven't ticked a single box of your goals, you're not focused long-term. And let's start fixing short-term focus, okay? First, you have to understand the deep and shallow work concept. By Cal Newport, actually, it will be here on a picture that deep work is that hard, creative task that is aimed at getting you the most results in your business. And the shallow work is on the contrary, unnecessary, administrative managing tasks that are not moving your ship forward, but they must have to do. Eventually, what's gonna make you result and make you focused on the short term is deep work. Do more deep work. When you're doing shallow work, you will always get distracted because shallow work allows you to work in the distracted phase. You will see me some hours later, bro. We're so back. Synonym of focus is doing one thing for as long as possible without getting distracted. Ruthlessly eliminating one thing. And what always keeps you back from getting that state, from getting the actual deep work done? External triggers. You have to eliminate all external triggers to make sure that if you fuck up, it's on your side. It's your fault. Eliminate external triggers. What is it for you? For everyone, pornography, short form, YouTube, messengers, partying, that one girl. You know, it's fine if you're dating her, but get focused at the time. At some time of the day, you have to be focused. You have to keep away from that shit. And another time of the day, you're fine. You're devoting so much time for her, partying, you know, getting that burger with your friends in a mall. I don't know. All of those things keep you away from getting focused. Make sure you eliminate them. Because as soon as you will sit down to work, you'll find that those things are funnier. Those things are better to focus on because they give you an immediate pleasure, as we talked about it, dopamine. The only thing about focus, there is a little cheat code to focus, and it's flow state. Because all you have to do to be focused is enter a flow. When you're in a flow, you're basically losing the sense of time and you're getting shit done at no cost, no matter what. As soon as you enter a flow state, your thoughts are flowing. You're in that intense state. Imagine it's like when as a child, you were drawn up by some book. You could read 400 pages in one day. And we'll talk about it later by showing you pro tips, pro advice, and action steps. But main thing, you have to work deeply. You have to work with meaning, okay? You have to channel all of your energy into one shit. Single task. Always fucking single task. And the pro tip number 1, 5-minute rule. Enter a flow state by giving yourself 5 minutes, okay? You have to enter a flow state, right? You're not getting it right away. When you're waking up, you feel tired, you feel shitty. But as soon as you get that splash of water, the first 5 minutes of, touching your keyboard, opening tabs or whatever, you're slowly getting the conditions. And the 5-minute rule will help it. When you don't feel like it, when you feel bad, or when you're not motivated, or when you know you have to do it, put a timer on 5 minutes, sit down in front of your PC, and just try to work. Force yourself. Feel horrible, but just get the shit done for 5 minutes. When the timer ends, you decide. Either you continue or either you stop it, because it's your decision. It's absolutely fine. And in 99.9% of cases, you'll continue working because all of the resistance is in the first 5 minutes. The next 2 hours will be easier than the first 5 minutes. That's how it works, man. Pro tip number 2, do more in less time. Give yourself less time. Like, there's the thing about productivity. We're not trying to overstretch our day. We're not trying to overstretch our working hours so that we're just feeling fine and free out of deadlines. That's not productivity. That's basically the antonym of being productive. The actual productivity is when you have less time, but you get that shit done. You compressed it. It's like hours with meaning. It's like essential hours. Okay? To make your business work, you actually have to have 10 meaningful hours per week. Just doing the essentials. Right and correctly, working deeply. Always, when approaching your work, try to do less. Try to give yourself less time. Spend time meaningfully. Rest, relax, read books, connect with nature, just walk in a park, go hiking. But as soon as you get back to work, you eliminate it ruthlessly. Okay? We don't have to be like 9 to 5 guys. Actually, pro advice from Sam Owens. One distraction is not 30 seconds. It's 5 to 15 minutes when you're working on something. When you're getting distracted. You know what I'm saying? If the temperature is too cold in your room and you need to close the window or open it, if someone's calling you over, all of those things happening, it's actually not just 30 seconds when you were distracted. It's 5 to 10 minutes of getting back to the flow state. Because I just got distracted right now. The time it took me to get back to the flow is 5 to 10 minutes. Right now, I'm starting to feel like my thoughts are flowing. I'm getting ideas now. I'm feeling fine. Flow state is static as soon as you enter it. And when you stop it, it takes those 5 minutes again to enter it. So always keep that in mind. 1 second distraction costs you 5 minutes and 1 second. By following those, you'll be short-term focused all the time. Let's get to long-term focus. Apply elimination lifestyle. Live like an essentialist. You need to live with meaning. Okay? If you found meaning in the short term by working on one task, by working on something that will move our business, here we're doing everything on a bigger scale. What's meaningful for you right now? Probably not studies, probably not getting hookups, probably not cold approaching. It's like cultivating deep relationships. It's like working on your business, not studies. Building your personal brand. It's like going to the gym. Sort out your life. What's those 3 things in your life that will make the most results? It's like leverage tasks. It's like a linear growth. If you're just doing cold showers, or if you're just reading books meaninglessly just to, increase your status, tell your guys that you've read like Stephen King, you're getting linear growth. Slow, shitty progress in 5 years, it's almost nothing. When you put a leverage on it, tasks that will get you 5x more in the next 1 year, you will explode. You will genuinely explode, because building your personal brand is not 5 times. In 1 year, it will not make you any money. Studies too, in a weird way. But in 2 years, that one business model, that personal brand, will make you 10K a month. Let's put it like that. We've been working really hard. Studies will still give you nothing. In 5 years, you will get a diploma and job that pays you 5K a month. In 5 years, that same online business model will make you 50K if you've been doing the right things, if you've been staying on the right track. So, do you see the difference? It's 10x. And now father came home, man. That's horrible. I don't fucking know what to do. So what's those things? What are those leverages? Double down on them. You will meet so much shiny objects on the way. So-called shiny object syndrome. This is women in a red dress, like in a Matrix. You see them a lot. They're always passing by. Your wife is right there. Yep, she's more attractive. What problems does she have? What problem will you have inside the house? No one knows. But you get distracted by the looks. That's the same with business models. That's the same with toys. That's the same with clothes. Everything you buy. There are hooks everywhere. Stick to ones that will make the change. Following those shiny objects is like cheating on your wife. Imagine you're like starting your business as a noob, like first level. You're working 6 months. You're on a 3rd level now. You're on a way to make money, but you're not yet there. You're working your way up there, but you see some shiny dropshipping model right there. Easy $1,000 a month. Just hop on it, 30 days, and you'll get it. You're excited. You get there. And there's the catch. You're still noob. You will be a noob in dropshipping. So you start from the 1st level. Even if it's faster, you spend another 3 months. And yet you're still on a 3rd level. You have to build your way up there. There's the thing. You've lost the potential from the first one. You were going uphill. You went down. And the process will repeat with every single new thing you try. So keep that in mind. It's like cheating on your wife. You find some attractive girl, you go on a date with her, you decide to leave your current girl, and you're always arguing inside a house. You've lost 10 years of building relationships, fundamentals with your wife on some other girl that is 2 or 3 points more attractive. And so the first tip to avoid those shiny objects and live with meaning on a bigger scale. Like there's micro and there's macro scale. Micro scale is like focus in the moment, focus on a task. Macro scale is focus on a mission, on path, focus on the right path. So MVP, minimum viable product. We all have limited energy throughout the day. There's only like 100 brain points allocated to do our tasks, to basically operate. Every single thing costs us brain points. We have to spend them wisely. How do we usually do that? You wake up, start scrolling on your phone, just basically check out notifications. Basically check that bar. It's minus 10 brain points. Friend messaged you on Instagram. There's a new video in YouTube. There are news from your school. All of those things stack up. You build a different line, a different thought about school, about that girl, about thing that your friend messaged. And all of those things store. It's like you have a RAM. You have RAM and it stores up. It's not infinite. It gets full when you need to do most important things. Leave your morning for something more important. You eat, you think about what you should eat. Another brain points. After you've ate, we know that your productivity slows down. So it's another 30 brain points. What do we have left? We have 30 brain points for the most important thing that is left in the midday. Time when we're the slowest. That's a poor time management. Energy management. So use MVP concept. Minimum viable life. You're basically spending almost no efforts into things that don't matter to you, but important to do. And you leave almost 90% of your overall energy and brain process onto one important thing. For me, it's YouTube. For me, it's hiking. For me, it's gym. Everything else is not that important. I will put relationships right there. So I have 4 things. What else do we have? Studying, messaging to other people, networking with someone, watching TV series, watching dramas, all of that shit if you're at school. But you need to grow your personal brand. Then fuck it. Miss 2 days per week. Don't sit and focus on subjects that you're good at. There's no point. You will get an okay grade by the end of the semester, but instead look at things that you're bad at, that you suck at, and focus on them for a while. Spend 10% of your energy on them. Chill out for the next month and focus on your thing. You have to spend your energy wisely. Every single thought costs you something. There's a hidden cost. In 30 years, you won't know. But you see those adults, 40 or 50-year-olds, they're like walking zombie. You don't look at them with respect because they're miserable. On a first glance, they're lost, they're desperate. They don't know what they did with their health. They don't know what they're going. They settled down with an average girl, now raising average kids, going on the average job. You know, I even got sad about that. Please try to live with meaning, bro. Be aware where you put your energy. And that was the first tip. Second pro tip is daily reminders. Something interesting I've heard from Ali Abdal, morning manifesto. I prefer weekly manifesto to see it on a micro scale, which is at the end of the week. You sit down with a note, with a pen, and you ask yourself, did I do what I said to do this week? Have I completed the promised tasks this week? And the same with every single day when you wake up. Did I do what I said to do today? Go through the day, wake up, and remind yourself, I'm gonna do X, I'm gonna do Y. Here's the list. Plan tomorrow, today in the evening. Like, that's the easiest advice, but the most impactful one. To make a meaningful day, you have to spend 2 minutes yesterday to make tomorrow 2 times better, 3 times better. It's as simple as that. Just sit down and think, what tasks should I do tomorrow that will fulfill the day? For today, it's 7th of January. I wrote down, record 2 videos, figure out video. You will see it on a channel or right here. Start editing new one. Watch 1 episode of Squid Game and read some book. That's all. That's everything I have to do today. This is not a strict schedule, but I woke up, I reminded myself of it, and it's 3:25 p.m. I did almost everything that I've said to do today. Like, imagine it's 3 p.m. and I've done everything. So I can do some extra. That when it gets layered on each other and I progress, I get 30%, 40% boost on productivity. That's how we grow, bro. And by this method, you will always stick to your goals on macro and micro. And the last one to keep you going, always prepare for the valley of despair. It is always there. And what am I talking about? There is a cycle of change in businesses. You always go through it when growing a business. First phase is uninformed optimism. You look at those videos and you're super inspired about it. Oh fuck, I'm gonna make millions. I'm finally gonna escape the matrix. And sometime later, you found out that this is not as bright as it looks, even closely. The second phase, informed pessimism. You understand, you realize all of the bad things. You realize how slow it is, how much energy you should put without seeing no results to get $1 online. Then you realize that your results are based upon you. Your results are entirely on you, not like 9 to 5. You basically do some job and your boss pays you. All responsibilities come to him and you get instant money. So it basically checks every box for your brain to go on easier mode. Easier mode, worse rewards. And the third phase, valley of despair. That's basically when you get no results, you hit a plateau, and the worst, you go down in your skills. You're like months into this shit when you get no results. You try harder than ever, yet you're bad at your thing. You don't make money, and you don't know how to get from there. And that's the thing. If you become comfortable being in the valley of despair, you will not care if you make money. You will survive anything. Keep that in mind. Just prepare yourself for seeing no results for months and months. As soon as you get okay with that, you will get it, man. Because there's a long-term game. You don't know where you'll get your money. That's the trick. You know it. You can control it. So it is in your hands whether you want to get it in 2 years or in 1 year. It's enough of theory. Go and make it real. Go and do some meaningful shit for your business. Not here to talk more. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, book a free coaching call in a link below. And that's all. Bye. I'm binge watching.